Well, hello everybody and welcome back up into the Bear's Den Gardens for the Getting to Be Traditional Thursday update on the Aerogardens and just how well things are progressing. We're at day 49 since I planted that first one, so that makes this week 7, and yeah, I have to say I haven't gotten any less impressed. So let's just take a look and get going. So as we can see here, life in the hood, doing all right. Here's that one bad brain pepper that I transplanted out. There's the one that I left in there, and much like I was kind of theorizing last week, it really looks like the once smaller one that's in the Aerogarden is now easily the larger of the two. This basil here has recently gotten a haircut. It's going to flower, so I had to cut all the flower and seed heads off of there, but otherwise, looking absolutely fantastic. Guess I'll take the hood off so we can get a closer look at what's actually growing in those Aerogardens. So now with the hood off, it's kind of like the first thing I notice. Might be time to trim the thyme. It's getting a little taller than the light is going to allow for there. I've got them at this height because this is what works best for the seedlings, and I need it kind of balanced in height to keep the hood on there, otherwise it just kind of slides and falls back. But let's move this off to the side. Here we've got the Genovese basil that was doing that weird funky white mold thing. It's having some struggle getting through the paper there, but I can fix that later. So that's fine. Gonna have some nice basil there soon, I think. Here we've got the Thai basil that I just planted not that long ago. And lo and behold, it's already up and rocking it out. We've got that Thai basil cutting, because I want to try rooting things in here, right? And look at that. Look at that indeed. Some very nice looking roots on the basil. Now I've been able to clone basil in the past, so I'm not doing backflips over that yet. But if I can clone up, you know, some peppers, like I'm trying to do with some of these ones and some of these ones, then I will be, you know, doing backflips, which for a person of my size, that's almost live stream worthy, because I tell you, it wouldn't be graceful. Look at these leaves though. That is absolutely fantastic. Part of me really wants to leave this pepper in here just to see how well it can do. Because I was watching, I think it was Peter Stanley's videos, and he had one pepper in his little Aerogarden at the trunk on the base of that thing, if I can even find it. Basically got to a point where it was kind of crushing itself in the white, like there wasn't any more room in there. And that was just a monster plant, so I would love to be able to get similar results out of my garden. And just this thing looks so healthy. I'm so happy with that. And clearly the rate of growth has slowed down quite a bit since it got transferred to soil. I mean, this one's having to learn to be dry occasionally and things like that. So, you know, it's evolving as a plant, I guess. But this is just... to me, that's mind-boggling. I didn't know I could grow pepper plants that look like that. But at the same time, I didn't really grow it. I've got this little garden robot here, which is effectively what this is, and it has grown it. So, yes. Mighty impressive, though. Mighty impressive. And I think if we look carefully in there, it's starting to branch out, too. So, wicked. Very, very happy with that. And, you know, here we have the 31 seed start setup. These are all still the Caribbean Reds. These are the last of the lemon habaneros. And these three, of course, are the Scorpion Butch Tea Red, I think. Where's my little Trinidad Scorpion Butch Tea Red? Checking my notes there. Some kind of funky coloration going on that one. I like that. Because those of you who have been around for a while know I'm always intrigued by the purple colors coming out in plants and in fruits and stuff. And I notice it's not anywhere near as prevalent on the other two seeds, and all three of these came from the same package. So clearly there's going to be some variations going on there, but I really don't mind, and I would like to see some of these orange habanero seeds that I put in there pop up. But these seeds are at least 3 years old, these orange hab seeds, and you know, they're kind of delayed in going in, so I don't know. Maybe by next week we'll start to see some little peppers popping up. Now, We got these rooted or rooting cuttings. I hope they're rooting anyway. It's a little soon to be tugging on things because I don't want to damage any roots that might be trying to form. But I'm really, really hopeful. Got some color fade going on there that's not thrilling. A little bit of color fade there. A little bit there. So it's clearly using up nutrients to try and do something, like the nutrients that it stored in its little self. But they weren't very big. And so I just don't know. I just don't know. But if we stick around, we'll find out together. And like I've said before, I've seen lots of people very successful with rooting pepper cuttings in these Aerogardens. And number one reason is the seed tray. Number two reason that I have this thing is so I can root pepper cuttings. But let's take a look at some of those peppers that came out, because if you recall, last week we got 21 habanero transplants out of here and still managed to put some cuttings back in there. So we'll just pan down here because my lights arrived, so I had to get creative. And now we've kind of got a little prison cell going on for those guys. But check it out. I've got tons of those reflective bags from work. Kind of, sort of, half-assed the tent. It's got a long way to go, right? Bear with me. But down underneath there we've got those two shop lights running at 5,000 Kelvin, and I'm pretty darn impressed. They don't get very hot to the touch at all, and the plants do seem to be doing all right. So taking a look at them here on the floor, it's not the best angle. I'd like to elevate these guys a little bit, but I was chuckling as I set this up because a couple of shop lights right above the carpet definitely reminds me of how Rev starts things over on his channel. But I have to say, he's usually got more variety than I do here. Ultimately, this is just two different types of habaneros. I don't think they're as organized as they used to be, though, because I just kind of randomly grabbed plants and shoved them under the lights when I was setting this up. But sure does seem like they're responding well to that light. And, you know, I've got them 4 to 6 inches, like the Aerogarden recommends. Basically, I'm trying to continue the lifestyle that they knew originally so that they can continue to grow for me. But, I mean, not one of these is looking as amazing as that Bad Brains is. So, we'll just have to see. But the Aerogarden does certainly seem like a fantastic way for me to be starting the life of these pepper plants that I'm having around here. So, I'm super pleased, super excited, and pretty thrilled with these shop lights too. Seriously considering picking up 4 more of them for arrangement in the basement gardens, but I just don't know. There are other ducks that need to be lined up, things that need to be done. But dang, finally find these things at a good price and I'm getting good results. We'll see how long it lasts. It's got a 3-year warranty on these lights though. So I didn't even get a year out of the fluorescent tubes I've got downstairs before they started to fade. Yep, it does strike me as kind of a good idea. So this one here I think is probably the largest that's under these lights. Almost hides the cup, maybe next week, we'll see. But it turns out this is a Caribbean red habanero. Also turns out that I have Caribbean printed on things in several different spellings, and I have no idea which one is correct. So I kind of went with, well, what's printed by Disney on the Pirates of the Caribbean DVD case. But still, I'm not sure they were growing a lot of peppers, them pirates. Nice looking plants though. Super excited, super excited. So if that other Aerogarden can start putting out some of those orange habaneros for me, I think I will be a very happy bear indeed. But that pretty much wraps up the look at the Bears Den Gardens, in particular at the Aerogardens, because everything in this room that is growing started off in there 49 days ago or less. So that is crazy. Can you believe it? 49 days. And that was a seed. Oh, I'm so pleased. Especially since it's a Bad Brains pepper, so it's one of the super hot types. Normally they're supposed to be slower to grow. But holy, eh? Alright, well, I think that's that. So thank you all for joining me on this, as usual, kind of a quick Aerogarden Bears Den update. I will see you up here next Thursday. And yeah, probably out in the gardens on Sunday. We'll just have to see what comes of it. Take care, everybody.